following the vote we already held in March, defining these boundaries so that they can be taken to the district court for final approval.
I'll second.
Move and second, send these district boundaries, they be sent to their final approval. Any more discussion? All discussion, we'll vote, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Okay, did you have anything to?
So coming around are the responses, well, including the non-responses, for any board renewals or new appointments for terms expiring December 31st, 2017. I'll just start at the top. Airport, I have reached out to the chairperson of that board and let him know that there is one term expiring, but I have not received a response. On each of these also, I'll back up that a commissioner presence, I believe, is customary at these boards. I left a blank there so each of you can determine, maybe at this meeting, who's going to participate, sit in on each of these boards. So, Trust Board, 2 renewals, and they both would like to renew, Steve McCullough and Kim Martinson. I put them each at 3 years. Do you want me to go through all of these, or do you want to vote on them individually? Do you want me to pause, I guess, is what I'm saying, as I'm going over them? So you can vote.
May I ask a question before we do? Have we advertised all these positions?
No, we have not.
Okay.
Generally, the way, well, this is my second year, so I can only say I have 1 year experience with this, but in my understanding with Debbie is we reach out to the manager of the board or the chairperson if they don't have a board manager and let them know that these terms are expiring. They then go to the individuals and determine, you know, if indeed they do want to stay, and then that comes before that individual board for the board members to vote, yes, we do want to keep this individual or individuals. The only time I've ever advertised is if there's an actual vacancy where someone is not interested in renewing.
I would like to request a change if I can. I would like, and I think maybe there's always a way to find some improvements, and I'm thinking this is an improvement on a past process, and I know you just adopted it or took this over. I want to advertise before we replace people onto boards without an advertisement. What that does is it kind of takes out the public process when we just appoint people and a board is forever full. I would really like to know if somebody else is interested in the, I don't know, the shoe cleaning board, so that I don't pick on one. But if the shoe cleaning board has has a member that's already appointed before we even ask the public, we haven't given the public an opportunity to put their name in for that board. So I would like to advertise before we make any decisions, but I think this is a great first step to know where we're at. If you guys have any arguments against that idea, please let me know.
Well, I think it's good. I've seen that in other counties where they've had in their, solid waste or whatever it happens to be listed if there's vacancies or whatever. So I guess it'd
Okay.
be a good idea.
So I will run the ad for any vacancies and any renewals. We'll still call them vacancies.
Right, if there isn't anything, you wouldn't have to,
Right.
that particular one.
So any board that has terms expiring, maybe I should word that better. Any board that has board member terms expiring, I will run that as an ad in the newspaper, looking for folks to fill that vacancy. Do you then want me to go back to the board manager or the chairperson and give them the list of interested individuals for that board to pick, or do you want for me to bring it just to this commission? Am I making myself clear? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I would leave that to you.
Okay.
Yeah. I would
Because
leave
I
that to
feel
you.
like it may put a lot of pressure on these boards, you know, when you're working in a board. Not just this board of commission, but any, say, volunteer board. And you're asked to make a vote in that public meeting. Do you want to keep
Right,
Henry Smith, or do you want to adopt a new member,
yeah.
Adam Green? It's uncomfortable. And I
think-
feel like you might end up in a position where you're right back in this spot where we're just renewing people. Does that,
Yeah, I agree with you completely. Yeah, I don't think that's a policy or a practice we need to have across the board,
Mhm.
so no.
So if I simply get a list of interested volunteers, I will bring them to you and you will make the decision who to appoint to those boards.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay. Do you want me to continue even though you won't be making a motion? Or do you just want to keep this piece of paper as your own
Yeah, I see.
reference?
Let you get that out.
Perfect, okay. And then amongst yourselves, you can, I know that you all have these boards already for this year, but I don't know, you move them, don't you? You move what boards you're sitting on?
We used to, we didn't
Okay.
have any done last year, and we really should have.
Okay,
So yeah, I'm hoping we can, I think this helps us a lot, so thank you for that.
okay, perfect. And you can see on here, I don't have it on the compensation board simply because you're already on that board, all three of you. And I don't have it on the tax appeal board because in the past, a commissioner has not sat in on that meeting. Not that it's not allowed, it just has never been practiced. So if you want to fill in a blank or draw a line there too, we can do that.
Aren't all three commissioners required also on the Board of Health?
I'm not sure. Okay. Okay. Well, that's good to know.
But I appreciate that you put it there,
Okay.
yeah.
Super. All right, well, I will go run an ad. I'll put it in today for these vacancies and see what I can get back. Previously, when I run ads for board member appointments, I bill it to the commission. Do you want me to continue doing that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I also request that you send it to Ernie for his listserv
Absolutely.
and the website, and could you do maybe Townsend Classifieds?
Oh,
For
like
an ad?
on Facebook?
Yeah,
Okay.
the more people who are aware, the more opportunity we give the public.
Okay. And I'm sure you will get questions and I will get questions from the board managers or, you know, the individuals who are being renewed on here. So I will do my best to run interference on that and contact each of the individuals, not each of the individuals, each of the board managers, just so they know why all of a sudden this ad is showing up out there. But so if you get calls on that, I'm sorry, but I will do my best to reach out to everyone.
And we don't mind the calls.
Do you want me to do Broadwater County classifieds also?
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
You're welcome. And I will be doing that because I don't believe we have a county Facebook page. Or if we do, I don't have administrative privileges to that, so I'm gonna be doing that from my own personal Facebook. Is it okay if I do that on my work computer?
I would say yes. Do you
Okay.
guys have an issue with that?
Okay. Commissioner Delger thought I was online shopping the other day anyway. Okay, perfect. All right,
Thank you very
anything else
much.
for me? No,
Nope.
okay.
I don't believe so.
Oh, we did approve that grant. I
Yes.
forwarded you the
Okay.
email, or no, Jeremy
Jamie.
included you. We did go ahead and proceed, and we'll have an
Perfect.
official vote on the 3rd, but they're gonna start getting everything ready.
Super, he stopped by my office, I meant to make it down here, I just didn't, and said that moving forward, I'm all for that, that's great. I do have a question for you because I don't know which direction to go with this, White Horse Road. I've done some research, Commissioner Delger and I looked through some files and had done some research. I've spoken with Tim Ravendale, I've spoken with Mrs. Nagel. I don't know what you want me to do with this moving forward. If you would like me to draft a resolution to adopt it as a county road, if you want to have another discussion, if you want me to drop it and walk away.
One of
Kind of a
the,
loaded question.
a couple years ago, we had a request also on the Valley Drive, same request. That road is atrocious. Right now, it's just public, it's not county. Whatever we decide with Whitehorse, I would like to have a parallel with Valley Road as well to answer the issues of those folks. If our ambulance has to travel down Valley Drive to get to somebody's home, we could easily be repairing our ambulance. I mean, the potholes are huge. Deputies that have to travel down that road could easily be looking at repairs because of the potholes in that road. So I think it could be a safety issue, also a money management opportunity. So that would be my first request on this subject.
Well, on that one, with those subdivisions, shouldn't there should be somebody responsible for taking care of maintaining the road.
You know, in theory, for any subdivision, it seems that there should be, but it's only if there's an active homeowners association and they're diligent in paying their dues and being responsible for it. But there are very, very few active HOAs. It's generally someone that lives in the area, has a road grader, and a couple of people throw some money at it to buy material. It doesn't work as well in the real world as we would like it to, but also the county doesn't have any. We don't have any enforcement to force homeowners associations to be doing this work.
And those subdivisions that all kind of fly off of those two roads were done before our current or our past regulations. I don't know what the regulations, I think they were all done before your time as well. So had they been done today, there would have been a cost share plan put together for that road, possibly an RID like is in the silos. Those were so long ago that none of those things were put in place. Now we kind of have an issue that's only getting worse. Do we kick the can down the road or do we address it? And that's the reason I'm bringing it forward. Not saying that if we do one, we do the other, but just saying that we address the two parallel so that we go ahead and take care of business and get some stuff done.
And I did reach out to Tara Depew, Mako land use attorney. I'm sorry I didn't print off the email and bring it with me, but I think I provided you with copies of the email where she stated, I'm paraphrasing here, but that the county could, by resolution, adopt a county road if it's essentially a public easement. And she cited Montana code. So I don't want to drop the ball and not pursue this if this commission wants me to pursue drafting a resolution and moving forward on this, but I don't want to waste my time either if that's not the desire of this commission for me to move forward.
I would prefer that we move it forward and get it taken care of. It comes up every 2 years, it seems like.
I will stand with Mike.
Okay.
I don't know.
So I will pursue a public hearing, the first, let's see, are you meeting January 2nd? It's a Tuesday.
We're meeting January 3rd.
You're meeting the
We
3rd?
went the second,
Oh, Wednesday.
To accommodate Corey's trial.
So we're gonna move our whole meeting to the 2nd?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So we're meeting on January 2nd. So I can schedule a public hearing for January 2nd. I will get the notice in the paper this Thursday. I will have a resolution to you beforehand for you to review. Okay. Do you want me to do Whitehorse and Valley both? That was your statement, correct? To do
It
Whitehorse
was.
and Valley both, okay.
Is that good with you guys on the same resolution, or do you want two resolutions, two public hearings, one for each?
Or if you have two public, I think for clarity, I think you need a separate resolution for each road.
I think so too.
Okay.
Yeah, I do too.
Do you want me to do both?
Yeah.
We can
Yes.
go for each one separately.
Okay, all right. So I will schedule 2 public hearings. I will draft 2 resolutions, and I will get 2 legal notices in the paper for
Good.
January 2nd. Okay, perfect. I think I've made enough work for myself.
Yeah. Yeah, that was smart.
Dang it. Thank you all.
Okay, well, this public hearing, Corey was here by statute. We have to advertise for this public hearing, and then he give us some other criteria that has to be on that. So,
To be clear, Mr. Chairman, this meeting was advertised, it was advertised in the legals. What Corey asked for was additional language. Specifically, he wanted it included in the agenda and the legal ad that this is a temporary 3-year renewal. That wasn't in there, so we just need to do it again for January 2nd. So that's the only change, and he wants all the documentation available prior to the meeting, which is general practice, so it's just adding that language, so we just have to kind of start up over. But thank you for coming, and thank you for the work you've done on this.
You're talking about the hospital district mill levy?
yeah.
Right, yeah,
All right. So you want to do it on January 2nd?
yes. Does that work for you guys?
Sure.
All right, do you want to do the same time, or an earlier time, or preference?
Take your pick.
Okay,
You know,
The documentation, pass that
thank you.
needs, operational needs. Our budget.
Can I leave you with a copy of the resolution now?
Perfect.
This resolution asks for a mill levy of $287,000 for 3 years. And what the impact would be on the house value at $100,000 and one at $200,000. And I haven't signed that, but I can sign it anytime you want.
That's what he mentions.
Pardon?
That's the same thing with Corey's talking about, so that's.
Oh, say,
Yeah.
shall I sign that one?
You have one to sign. That'd be perfect.
I think originally it was to say what the increase in the tax would be on a house. But the increase, because we're having a levy now, the increase wouldn't be very much. So I just said what the total cost would be, which is more realistic. I think not less deceptive, or not deceptive, the other way is deceptive, I think. So, do you understand now what I'm saying?
Yes.
So,
If the law states
And-
it's just the increase, we have to go with that, but we could maybe do both. So
okay.
that people are more informed,
Alright.
but we'll double check
Because the
that.
increase on a home value at $5,000 or $100,000, it's only about $6.
Oh,
$6 a year, more. And on a home value to $200,000, it'd only be about $11 more a year, or 12, closer to 12. Well, but the fact is, they're gonna be paying $15 more. You see what I mean? And not more, but they're gonna pay $15, not
Home bill.
5, yeah.
yeah,
You see what I mean?
yeah.
Otherwise, we're just saying what the increase is between what they're paying now and what they would be paying in the new one. Well, that's change, pocket change. And in any case, we're not talking about a lot of money. So he wants more documentation too. Does he have the calculations from Doug Ellis, or do you want me to give you those?
Actually, we have copies of that.
You do have
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Is there anything else you
Yeah.
need?
No, usually we've just done the resolution, but we'll
Alright.
go ahead and just put it all in a notebook and have the whole packet for
Alright.
anybody who
Very
wants
good.
to see
Alright.
it.
If there's anything else you need, let me know.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah,
All right, see you December 2nd, or January 2nd.
that sounds
All
good.
right.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Merry Christmas.
Where you gonna be?
Okay. We go through all the mail, I think. Anybody have anything else to bring up?
I don't know.
I do a minutes of the school's door. Changes on those.
discuss those in open session, obviously.
I'll get it to you. Other than that, I guess, we will adjourn.
No, we have a meeting at 1. You can recess, but you can't adjourn.
Well, the Board of Health is separate.
You know, we're meeting with Cory.
Oh, Rand said, Wayne isn't here.
He may be coming in, I know he had to help up the academy with corner basic, so.
Oh, what you think he might? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you might reach out to him, I'm not aware of his schedule, other than I know he's helping out up there. I think it was today, so I haven't seen him yet.
So we haven't heard anything? I guess we can adjourn till, recess until 1 and if they're not here, then we'll adjourn. Yeah, Health Board's Wednesday. Okay.
So we'll
Thanks,
recess.
Brandon.
Yep, thank you guys.
Thanks, Dave. Merry Christmas, you guys.
Merry Christmas.